much. Joining me now is Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California. He's the ranking Democrat on the House Select Committee on Intelligence. Congressman, thanks so much for being here. You've been briefed. Obviously, it's very, very early. The attack did not even take place within the last 24 hours. But what do officials think?
Well, we didn't have any advance notice that there was going to be any kind of a truck attack. We certainly had a lot of notice that foreign fighters were returning, that there was a grave risk of additional attacks in places like France and Belgium. But this may very well have been someone who was inspired by viewing ISIS propaganda. It very well may have been someone whose life was falling apart and decided on the basis of watching these other attacks, this is how he wanted to go out. But similar to, I think, French authorities who said they don't have any holdings on him, I'm not aware of any information that we had before this attack on this particular attacker.
His name was Mohammed. He was from Tunisia. He's presumed to be Muslim. Why is it so difficult for authorities at this stage to label this radical Islam?
Well, we haven't seen yet what the motivation was. It could certainly be he was influenced by this ISIS propaganda, as we have seen other attackers in the United States and elsewhere. It may very well be as well that a leading factor in his motivation was his marriage falling apart, losing his job, his life just coming to a crash, and this is how he wanted to go out. That would not be a typically ISIS kind of a motivation, but as we saw in Orlando, often these attackers have a mixture of motivations. Right now, we just don't know what the case was with this attacker.
Earlier this week, CIA Director Brennan said as ISIS gets squeezed on the battlefield in Iraq and Syria, they will continually try to strike out in places like Europe or even the United States. How do you stop this? And is the United States and the Western world, are we doing enough to stop these kinds of attacks?
Well, I think you can certainly conclude on the basis that they seem to be accelerating in their frequency and lethality that we're not doing enough. But I think we're doing the right things, so we just have to intensify the effort. We're going to have to eliminate that caliphate. They are losing ground. That will cause them to lash out in other parts of the world, but they're going to do that anyway. And nonetheless, that caliphate is a draw. It's a recruitment tool, so we need to end the so-called caliphate. We also need to try to better protect our homeland. The Europeans have to as well. We still have a long way to go in terms of information sharing. The French have been beefing up their intelligence resources, but there's a long tail on that. It takes a long time to train, develop those capabilities. So the French are still playing catch-up, and they face the most extreme danger, I think, in Europe.
The common thread in so many of these, obviously, is radical Islam, that these are young Muslim individuals who end up, it turns out, subscribing to this warped theology of ISIS. I want you to take a listen to what former Republican House Speaker Newt Gingrich said last night on Fox News.
Western civilization is in a war. We should, frankly, test every person here who is of a Muslim background, and if they believe in Sharia, they should be deported. Sharia is incompatible with Western civilization.
I don't know that constitutionally the U.S. government could do that. But what do you say when people say to you, this is the problem, we need to listen to people like Speaker Gingrich?
Well, that's exactly the wrong approach, and I think that has to be music to the ears of the radical Islamists out there, because they want to paint this as a conflict between civilizations. They want to say that Muslims aren't welcome in the West, that they don't have a place in the West, that we need to fight the infidels. And that kind of a comment from Mr. Gingrich plays exactly into that propaganda line of thinking. So that's a terrible, I think, terribly counterproductive thing to say. It was a last-ditch effort, I think, on Gingrich's part to say, please make me the vice presidential candidate. But he's doing a lot of damage in the meantime, damage to our efforts on the ideological war front.
Because the argument, obviously, is that the vast, vast majority of Muslims think that this kind of action is insane.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we need not only strong Muslim allies around the world, but also a strong working relationship with the Islamic community of the United States. We don't have credibility as the U.S. government in speaking about what Islam is and what it isn't. We, at best, can empower messengers who can engage in that kind of ideological debate and make sure that people all over the world understand this is not Islam. This is just mass murder and senseless bloodshed.
But even if it's a tiny fraction of Muslims who feel this way and act this way, as you point out, something needs to be done, or at least more of it needs to be done, because we're obviously not doing enough, the Western governments.
More is going to have to be done, and I think we're just going to have to intensify efforts along all these fronts, on the war front in Iraq and Syria, on the ideological front, and here on the home front.
Congressman Adam Schiff, thank you so much.